place. Falling for a mistake, but I know better to, and you know better to. You put me in the spotlight, then left me in the midnight hour. Toast your love away, you're all I crave. You was away, but I just can't stop thinking about you. I'm thinking on my knees, but thinking I'm good. All I think about for you, hoping you can save me now. 'Cause my heart is burning out, but you were away. But your world's away. Yeah. 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 Hoping you can save me now. 'Cause my heart is burning out. But your world's away. But I just can't stop thinking about you. I'm begging on my knees, but thinking all I think of for you, hoping you can save me now. 'Cause my heart is burning out, but your world's away. Yeah. Hoping you can save me now. 'Cause my heart is burning out. But is that the first night that I lived my life? I know you just might catch me in a spiral.
Hey, Grave, quick question.
Yes.
You don't have access to our YouTube, right?
Like to edit it?
Yeah, to like get into YouTube.
No.
You're about to. The reason is because you can put polls in the chat if you have YouTube up separately.
Oh, sweet.
I've been doing it on the main show like all like the last 3 weeks.
What kind of polls? Like favorite type of coffee to drink at 5 a.m.?
More at like 11 at night. But I mean, no, it's actually been more like when we discuss stuff on the main show. I'll say, hey, like one of the questions we ask is, are you going to go see Masters of the Universe opening weekend? Obviously, you're not, but I mean,
no. I'm not
the audience
any weekend.
The audience gets to interact with that. But I mean, like when you do brackets, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You can actually put it in the chat, and the chat will actually get to vote on it.
Ooh. I like it.
Yeah, let me get you the YouTube information real quick, or we can just do this later on, so that way we can get this interview knocked out.
You can do it later on.
Yeah, or I can do it too. Anyways, I'm talking as if the guest isn't listening in on us right now, and everybody in the chat isn't hearing it. But we're getting ready to do this because we're here to nerd together.
Huzzah!
Like James said right there, and we're here to nerd together.
Oh, he's going old timey gold miner, huh?
And we're here to nerd together.
Exactly. We're mining for nerds.
I am from California, so there is that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's have the real fun here. All right?
Let's do it.
Let's do this. It's time to start the show.
I like that you're pixelated because it says you have your green screen on. Haha.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It is Thursday. It is time for another episode of Distance Nerding Interviews. I just said Distance Learning.
One day you'll learn the name of the show.
I will learn how to do a lot of things. Not anytime soon. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy, Young Phil. Of course, right next to me here is Graveyard. Somehow he says he doesn't have a wizard-leveled beard. I think the beard would argue, the opposite of that. If I haven't
trimmed it down in the past couple of years, it would be wizard level beard.
Yeah, there you go.
It's great.
You've actually trimmed it? That's absolutely terrible.
It'd be out to here.
Yeah, no, right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we jump into our guest right here, because it is going to be another fun one here, ladies and gentlemen, this show is brought to you by the good folks over at Dubby.
There we go. Oh, shit.
Dubby is a brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrin, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Find out more about Dubby at www.dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 and get 10% off your order. Very delicious. All kinds of crazy, amazing flavors. So go and check that out, guys. Use that code NERDING10 and get 10% off that order. All right. Well, with that being said, let's roll right into this because I'm very excited after kind of doing my research on this book, and it's such a cool concept, and I really hope everybody enjoys it the way that we did. So with that being said, tonight we're diving headfirst into a world of monster treaties, exhausted wizard cops. Oh, excuse me, I'm choking on myself. Exhausted wizard cops, supernatural chaos, and the kind of eldritch nightmares that probably require 3 forms of supervisor signatures. The creator has built a gritty, hilarious universe where horror collides with dark comedy, and every back alley feels like one bad decision away from opening a portal to another dimension. If you love occult noir, chaotic world building, and stories that feel like a paranormal SWAT raid at 2 a.m., well, you're in the right room. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge welcome to the creator of SWAT, Eldritch Blue. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Justin Koch.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for... you guys are writing better copy about SWAT than I am. I need to copy all those.
No worries, man. We get that a lot where like we'll do these intros and people are like, man, you write better copy than me. Can you just write my copy from here on?
Yeah, who knows? It sounds great. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you guys liked it. That's always nice.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So before we get into SWAT and kind of like the impetus of that and how you came up with everything, before we get into the story, let's learn a little bit more about you, right? We have a segment on our show called Growing Up Geeky. What did you geek out on when you were a kid?
Many things. I watched Back to the Future so often. I would watch it, rewind it, watch it, rewind it, watch it, rewind it until they took it away. So that was, I'm a VHS baby. So that I was really into, Back to the Future in general. God, what else? Star Wars, obviously. I was 2 when Return of the Jedi came out. So that was OG, like the giant lightsabers that whistled and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Right.
I really loved the Hardy Boys. Like I would check those out constantly.
I read a lot of Hardy Boys.
Do you know what the Atari XE is?
Oh yeah. Graveyard, do you know what the Atari XE is?
I do. In fact, I have the Atari XEGS.
I had one of those. I was one of the 5 people that had one of those in 1984. We had to special order our video games from California. It was actually a fun system. Star Raiders 2 was a huge deal. Oh, Star Raiders, that's an old reference, but that was an amazing Atari game. That was the first video game I remember playing. So I don't know. I mean, really into Calvin. I love the newspaper comic page back in the day. I mean, even though it was kind of lame, and I knew it was kind of lame, but I still read it. Calvin and Hobbes, of course, was amazing. Um, I was like an OG PC gamer. I remember. Do you remember Rogue? It was a
Yeah.
yeah,
Was Rogue the Thief one I'm thinking of? Or is that something?
yeah,
Yeah.
like, and the map was just made of letters.
Yeah.
Like kids, they don't know. They don't know.
No, they don't.
Infocom games, I played those. I mean, I was there for whatever nerd crap was happening in the 80s, pretty much. So
Yeah. My first computer growing up, and we probably got this computer in like 1989, was the Commodore 128.
yeah, Commodores are great. I mean, the first computer I had one 5-inch diskette for the operating system, and the other 5-inch diskette for the whatever you were running.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I was kind of original nerd as far as the 80s went. But yeah, I mean, sci-fi in general. Margaret Weiss. Did you remember? I don't know. She wrote a bunch of stuff. Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Was probably the most famous thing people still talk about. But she did Guardians, Star of the Guardians, which was kind of a blatant Star Wars ripoff. They had laser swords and stuff. I love that shit. So yeah, I don't know. I could talk all day about that, but
I mean, what do you think that is the best sci-fi ripoff? Or do you think there's a better one?
I Star of the Guardians. I got the second volume in the 4th grade, and I did not understand the concept of a multi-volume series at all. So for years, I thought that was the only book, and I thought it was like the coolest thing because it didn't make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, like there's all this stuff that you just jumped in on that you would have known if you read the first book. It might have warped my sensibilities. I don't know. But no, it was a fun series. I reread that out of nostalgia. I reread that every once in a while.
Nice.
And it still is a blast.
Yeah, I Phil knows I love sci-fi. I love horror a lot, but I love really bad sci-fi ripoff stuff.
Well, I mean, it's pretty blatant. I mean, even when I was like in 4th grade, I'm like, this is a Star Wars ripoff, and it's not just because of the laser swords, but that's the difference between sci-fi and fantasy. Is in sci-fi, a space wizard gives you a laser sword, and in fantasy, a regular wizard gives you a magical sword. That's it.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah. What are you doing over there, Phil?
I am taking apart Seinfeld's apartment so I can rebuild it on here on the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a Lego set for that. All right.
They almost have a Lego set for everything. I would say the one area that I find severely lacking in Legos is the horror department.
So they will not do horror. I found this out at the last Lego convention we went to. Lego does not want to do horror because they feel like it's too horrifying for children. But if you go back and watch the Lego video that we did, that is one of the things that people request a lot is horror sets.
I mean, considering horror people pay the most money of any fandom out there, you think that they'd double the price of everything for them.
Yeah, well, that sounds like the last remnant of Legos are for kids.
Yeah,
like it's 200. How much is the Millennium Falcon? Like $1,000 or something?
Yeah, and that's more like those kits are more like, okay, well, these are kits that like are meant to be nostalgic, so adults will go and buy them and
Well, I'm going to say you could have your Friday the 13th Lego set at $500 and call it for adults only.
Right, and that's kind of what we were saying is they can do horror Lego sets, and they're kind of dabbling in like light children's horror right now. But like it's going to be interesting to see if that does well, and then they're just like, oh, maybe we should just do full on horror.
I think so. I think they should, like how they do the houses of famous places. They should do the famous horror houses, like the Amityville house and all that stuff, and have it set in the same neighborhood.
Yeah, like Amityville would be cool. I think if they did the Bates Motel, that would be a really good Lego kit.
Mhm.
They should do the poltergeist room and then have like an LED TV screen throwing static.
Because they do stuff like that too.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny that Seinfeld really wasn't for kids, but there you're building a Seinfeld set.
Right. And then again, friend of the show, Sam Hatmaker, who was from who's one of the Lego Masters, he built a full-on Golden Girl set, and Lego denied it because they said that they don't feel like there's a market. Now remember, these people are from Denmark, so they don't know, but they feel like there's not a market for a bunch of over-sexualized old women. And it's like, you guys don't understand the American market, do you?
I definitely don't look to Legos for my boobs. I will say that.
Yeah.
Like, that's not where I'm going for my sexualized women.
Yeah. But as James said, didn't Stranger Things get a Lego set? Yes,
It did.
Yeah,
And that's where they're dabbling in they're dabbling in like light horror.
And that's why he said the horror for the young people.
Mhm.
Yeah. But so was that sci-fi and fantasy big nerd, played in you becoming a writer and then writing comics?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote my first story when I was 5, and it was about an alien abduction, where I got abducted by aliens taking out the trash, and then I kind of stabbed all the aliens and took over the spaceship and came home. I think that was basically the plot of the thing. I've been a writer from a very early age. I've been trying to anyway. I don't feel like I got any good at it until I was well into my 30s, but I was definitely trying the whole time. So,
I mean, the aliens, when they took you, did they want to eat your cat too?
I think I was getting all that from Unsolved Mysteries, or maybe some show like that. So it was very, very anodyne. There was no butt stuff at that point. I was unaware of the butt stuff. So
then would you have really been taken by aliens if there was no butt stuff? I mean,
and what's the point, really? Right? But at the time, I didn't know. So
you know what? That can go both ways. I mean, not the butt stuff, but the cat reference. Like, okay, are we talking Alf?
I'm talking Alf.
I was gonna say, are we talking
Gordon Shumway himself?
I was gonna say,
I loved Alf. Yeah, that was a good show. When I was like, a kid, what was that one? The alien abduction movie from the early 90s?
Fire in the Sky.
Yeah. That gave me nightmares that lasted all night long. Like, I was barely asleep in misery for until I think that lasted 2 days. And then I watched it again, and then I had another shitty night. It was dumb.
Just tortured yourself. I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I mean, when a movie gets that strong of a reaction, it probably is worth a second viewing, even if it wasn't like the funnest reaction. It still was. There was something going on.
It's like me watching Hellraiser as a kid. It's just like, oh shit, should I be watching this? Probably not. Let me go watch it again.
I managed to. I did not see that one, but I showed my 9-year-old The Thing because he was just like,
"Yeah,
show me a horror movie, Dad." And I'm like, "All right, let's do it." He was fine. I mean, he got a little freaked out a couple of times, but later when we watched Labyrinth, he was trying to tell me that Labyrinth was scarier than The Thing.
What?
And like, yeah, I'm like, were you awake during The Thing? It seemed like you were.
I mean,
it was the bulge. It was the bulge.
If David Bowie broke into my room with a bunch of goblins and had a bulge pointing at me everywhere I went, I'd be afraid too.
I'm not saying that wasn't that was one of those kids movies before they made kids movies nerfed, right? This was like a legit, old fashioned, we're gonna mess the kid up kind of movie.
Yep.
But still, it's not The Thing. It's nowhere near The Thing. And I mean, who else on earth has ever thought that to compare the two? So it's interesting to see what kids think about things. But I would have lost my mind if you showed me The Thing when I was 9. Like that would not have happened.
Well, see, the problem is you showed him one of the best horror movies.
Yeah.
You got to start him off with the shittiest ones to appreciate the good ones.
That's a strategy. Yeah.
The entire Friday the 13th franchise, and you're good.
We're going to start you with Dracula 2000 just so you have a good basis. And then...
But where else are you going to get Gerard Butler as Dracula? That was Jesus Christ. Other than
Yeah,
Dracula 2000 and 3000. And
I was
3001.
in the theater for that when it released,
God.
and me and my friend were
Something like that.
laughing, and like everybody else in the room was pissed at us because we were just laughing at it. But
So you guys should lighten up. You guys should be laughing at this too.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean-
Dracula 2000. I saw that Island of Dr. Moreau movie also, the one
Oh,
that from like 96.
Yep.
I don't remember anything about it, but except that it was really messed up. But
the director and writer Richard Stanley wandered off into the woods and disappeared for 15 years after making that movie. He didn't come back until a couple years ago into the film industry.
that makes sense. Yeah, that would be a career killer. I would bet.
Yeah, he said that Marlon Brando was the worst to work with. Like everything that was in the scene with Marlon Brando as Dr. Moreau was all Brando's. That he's like, I won't do the movie unless I have a short person that looks just like me playing the piano on top of my piano, or I'm not doing the movie. And I think you should have been like, okay, then you're not in the movie instead of doing what you did.
Well, I mean, he's been pulling that crap since Apocalypse Now. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
That was genuinely weird. His weird, sad, fat performance was. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I played a lot of. I was actually a World of Darkness. I did a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, but I was never the dungeon master for that. But I was really into like Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf, the whatevers. I don't remember. That was my speed. That was the games I ran when I was a kid. So
yeah. I mean, I think being creative and D&D kind of go hand in hand either way, because you have to write your own campaigns, you're able to write your own backstories, and so you use something that just another way for you to have outlets for your writing.
I think so. I mean, I think I learned a lot from game mastering because you have to stay on your feet plot wise, because your players are going to consistently, at least my players, maybe they just hated me in particular, but they would always try to screw with what you were doing, right? So you always had to have a plan B. Huh?
That's just naturally D&D.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically how it goes. But, so you always have to have a plan B for when they screw things up and stuff like that. And that's been helpful as a writer because I've learned to not write myself into corners too bad. Because I'm like, that's going to catch up to me later when Jon Snow's banging his aunt and it's going to ruin everything. I'm going to just keep no relations.
Yeah. But so, I mean, so you've been writing since you said you're about 5. And when did you decide to start writing comics?
About 4 years ago. I spent my 30s writing like 10 novels back to back to back to back to back. 2 of them kind of came out in the most pathetic way possible, short of self-publishing. Don't worry about it. But it was the Amazon Kindle type stuff. But so I made like 1 electric bill out of both novels. But then I started writing comics. I always felt frustrated because I felt like I wasn't getting people. I couldn't get what I wanted across in a novel. And then I started writing comics because I always kind of wanted to. I've always been a little fascinated with comics, but I wanted to start doing it like 15 years ago. But then I was like paying artists and that sounds expensive. So I stayed doing novels. But I started writing them just for fun. And it was like, this is what I should have been doing the whole time. It was, I can get across what I'm trying to get across. People are excited about what I'm doing now. Where I would occasionally get that in my prose, but not nearly as much as you'd want. Because I think it was overly complicated and weird. And I'm trying to explain things that when you do it in a comic, you can just show people it and then they get it.
Right.
Whereas you might have to spend 2,000 words and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I just feel like it was where I should have been the entire time. It's genuinely a lot of fun to write comics. I loved writing SWAT. It was the greatest writing experience of my life. And comics in general, just fun. I love reading them. I love writing them. And this is where I ended up.
Yeah. So was SWAT then kind of like, your idea of a comic first, or is it like a short story or something how did it come to be?
I was just sitting on the couch with my laptop, and I thought, let's open my program and start writing. And basically, the first couple pages of SWAT came out basically verbatim, like the Law and Order parody opening, the Morgana stuff. That all came as just one big thing. And then I just, for 18 months, I just sat there and wrote like 36 scripts. It just bam, 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 no stopping, just go. It was awesome. I had so much fun doing it. And so since then I've been doing other things, but actually when I finished SWAT, I got depressed for like a year. I barely wrote anything because it just was like I was done. So I poured a lot into it, and genuinely had a ton of fun doing it.
Yeah. So that's interesting because you are mixing essentially Harry Potter becomes a brown cop with cop procedurals. So how did you decide to combine fantasy and cop procedurals? Like, was cops procedural something that you're really into as well?
Well, I'm a lawyer, and I've done several federal defense cases for like people that were buying allergy pills and turning them into meth, or they shot somebody through the face and it actually went through both cheeks and didn't even take out any teeth. So that guy got pretty lucky. Yeah, he got drilled by a 45 and it went through both cheeks and didn't take any teeth out. So I've had some
dark sense of humor.
Huh?
That completely explains the dark sense of humor.
There's a lot of that. I mean, I've been to many jails across the state. I was only an inmate once or twice. And so they're very, they're like evil high schools. Honestly, they're built by the same people, right? The same cinder blocks, they're just basically every once in a while there's a giant airlock and the doors are prison doors, but it's the same vibe. And then, if you've had to explain to somebody that like your choice is you can go to jail for 10 years or you can go to jail for 30 years, you've been into the dark place. So I've seen a lot of that. Being a lawyer in general is sort of, it's 98% boring and then 2% surreal nightmare. Depending, you run into some people that are just wilding out, and so it's there's a lot of that. My law experience is a lot in SWAT quite a bit.
Okay, I mean, I'm assuming the 2% excitement is when you're able to tell people you are a daredevil.
I mean, you can run into some really weird stuff, man. I mean, like one of the milder stories is, and this is more depressing than anything, but this lady, this very old lady, calls me, and she's like, "They foreclosed on my house for no reason at all, and I want to see what I can do about it." I'm like, "Okay, first question, when was the last time you paid the mortgage?" And she says, 2 years ago, and I think we found the problem, right? So she went into the hospital for 2 years straight because she was like on death's door. And what happened was, I think, is that whatever kid was in charge of her finances just embezzled the money. They took her Social Security check, they spent it on whatever, and they let the house get foreclosed on because they figured she'd be dead. And then she survived and came out. And so that's the kind of thing you deal with some of the time, with what you're doing, or people going to jail for a long time, or bigamy. I mean, it gets weird sometimes, and I mean, it is what it is. But there's a lot of inspiration for kind of SWAT-ish type antics, in most lawyers' careers, I think.
I mean, could you ever match the weirdness in SWAT that you see in real life?
Well, I mean, the stuff in real life can get pretty weird too. You can run into some real crazy people. Of course, there's no supernatural element to it. They're just got narcissistic personality disorder or what have you. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that almost makes it worse because it's not nearly as much fun as vampire or what have you.
Right.
So.
Yeah. It's and the lore that you have in your work too. It's that goes into fantasy. So there's a lot of research that went into this. It was kind of something you do with your werewolf and in your vampire masquerade stuff.
I wouldn't say I did research into it for SWAT. I had already just absorbed all of that, and it
Mhm.
just came out as one piece. I like to, I think my willingness to sort of change the lore around, because I mean, I am playing with vampires and stuff like that, but as you get deeper into the series, there's differences, substantial differences. I think that become interesting in
Mhm.
terms of how it works. So I'm always kind of twisting it around. So even if you think you know what's going on, because it's a vampire, I know that, mostly, but not quite. The idea of SWAT is in large part like you think you know what's going on, but you don't. And then
Yeah.
there's constant perspective shifts where you learn more and more about what's happening, and eventually it fits together like a jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, and
So,
I think that's what I meant when when I wrote the question. It was more like, is there a level of like, or like how much of it is just lore that you're pulling from of things that are existing there, and how much of it is stuff that you're actually like writing and changing. You know what I mean?
well, I mean, it gets increasingly weird as it goes, but I guess in the first series, which is about this one vampire, he's a pretty standard vampire, I guess, mostly. But there's kind of a subset of vampire lore about revenants, I guess,
Mhm.
where if a living human drinks the vampire blood, weird things happen. Usually they become sort of sad Renfield-esque losers, but in my world, they combine they obsessively eat protein and gain muscle because they have that vampire growth or strength factor, but they're still alive, and so they eventually become stronger than the vampire. So it becomes like a grenade situation where the vampire's going to have to kill you soon, or you're going to kill it.
Oh wow.
It gets weird,
Yeah.
but it's a definite twist on the vampire lore, where it gets weird. It gets
Yeah.
real weird, and I mean that's more issue 5 stuff. But I have a lot of fun with the new mythology. Later on, there's a concept I have called accountancy, where a person can an inherently boring person can sort of like meditate and become ultra boring and then kill all the magic around them, right? Like they can shut down the wizards around them just through the sheer power of their tedium, and that kind of thing. And so that becomes a major component later. So it starts out pretty standard, and then it gets exponentially weirder as it goes.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm
basically,
just
every dude on the Jersey Shore is a vampire.
yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean,
Well,
but there's a lot of Colin Robinson
yeah.
type accountants. He
Yep.
would be a great accountant. So it gets pretty weird and out there. It's gonna be stuff that you haven't seen ever anywhere else, but you
awesome.
also kind of have.
Yeah.
So
Well, and I think, and I watch way too many vampire movies. That everyone has somewhat of their baseline. They kind of pick and choose what lore, and then when they have their own lore, they just add to it. They have to, you have to watch every vampire movie kind of separate from each other because you never know what lore is going to be and what they make up for it too.
yeah, I mean, you got to change it up a little bit because
Yeah.
otherwise it gets boring. But I mean, that's just how it is in the real world. I just read this book this thick that was called Killing the Dead, and it's basically all about vampires and strigoi and all the different kind of the folklore is about undead creatures coming back. And
Yeah.
so there's variations. It gets hot, it gets cold. Vampires were big in Germany in 1600, but nobody gave a crap in 1700. But there's all kinds of different ways to mess with them, and I use that I take that as inspiration, and take it into stuff like SWAT. So even if you've never seen it before, it might be something from the 13th century.
Well, I like that. Yeah, and the lore that goes with it. So the whole idea of staking through their heart wasn't that the stake killed them; it's what it just essentially pinned them into the ground so they couldn't rise up anymore. And if you just removed it, they would come right back up. And to the point that Dracula's daughter, 1935-36, is she got shot through the heart with an arrow, and that killed her.
Yeah, it's not really an Achilles heel when you get shot in the heart, is it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that works for anybody. But I mean, sometimes they would flip you upside down so that if you tried to dig your way out, you go the wrong way, or they take a giant spade and sort of pop your jaw off, or they wait until you're rotted enough that they could just sort of pop your head off without having to cut anything and just put it next to you. There's all kinds. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of years of superstitious people doing shit. But I mean, you know, the people that they did that to mostly was what was interesting, because a lot of it was like women who died in childbirth, or that was a major component of undead, is people that their lives were shortened unnaturally, or and so there's like kind of rules about it, but there's also not. So it was a fascinating book, but all that stuff goes back to probably ages, but back to the Roman times for sure. So
I mean, it's just make sure none of your vampires are sparkly or Jesus.
My vampire is actually weirdly religious, but he is not Jesus. No, and he doesn't sparkle.
Would you say Jesus was a vampire, or was he a zombie?
I'm not going to get into that one. But,
it's okay. Do not answer that.
I'm trying to sell comics here, guys.
Do not answer that question. Do not answer that question.
So I mean, so like with SWAT, it's always coming at you at a kind of a weird angle. But some of the other characters, besides the main character, Larry Slaughter and Mimi, and they survived a school shooting back in at their special wizarding school in England. And then they ended up being sort of losers who washed up in St. Louis, and they're trying to just kind of get through to their pension at the start of the comic. And I mean, they feel morally compromised. They feel like they're traumatized. They're struggling through. They want to be good people, but they feel like they're in a situation where that's really not an option for them. And so it's kind of them fighting towards some sort of, sense that they're decent people is one of the themes of this series. The short version is they're just basically trying to kill this vampire in the short term, and they're very tired. I tapped into. I felt for like the last 10 years that everything was just very stupid and breaking and falling apart. And I tapped into that feeling of sort of exhaustion. That you're just tired. I mean, that for us, I mean, most people would probably say it's 9/11, but I would say Columbine was kind of the point where America started going sideways. And so it's about that. It's about that feeling of like everything just sort of being wrong and just trying to struggle to be a decent person and in a messed up situation. It's also funny. I'm making it sound so dire. It's funny, but the comedy is coming from a place of I feel like first responder type people have sort of a black sense of humor about things because they're coping with the trauma with these jokes. And that's kind of what SWAT is it's not Friends, but then a vampire. It's the jokes you would crack if you were actually having to kill a vampire. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the black comedy of trauma survivors powering the series. So funny, but there's definitely a leaky element to it.
Yeah, I mean, you are mixing crime, fantasy, horror, and you're able to do that because crime is generally the most depressing part of a genre, I think. But wizardry and fantasy has really dark stuff too, because there's always dark magic, there's always dark entities that have such backstories. But you also then have the heroes or your protagonists are able to joke about it as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's what they've been doing for 20 years straight is doing this kind of thing. So for them, it's, they're seasoned people. This isn't their first rodeo. They're not as impressed with it as you might think. And that comes through, I think, but they've also learned to just basically just shoot everything first. Like that's their response. Is just to, if they see the monster, shoot it. We're not talking. We're not taking the Arkham Asylum. Bam, you're gone.
Right.
So.
God, that just sounds like America.
Yeah, that's kind of the idea. They struggle with it's about cops, but I mean it's always been. I mean it's especially been a sensitive issue these last few years. But I'm not like enthusiastically endorsing cops shooting people or anything like that. It's just you just have to read it.
Yeah,
but they feel they have complicated feelings about it. You're supposed to have complicated feelings about it. Granted, they are shooting a vampire, which is a bit different than just a regular person or a criminal or what have you.
Yeah.
So that's it's none of it's supposed to be easy. So.
It's kind of very similar to the concept in Bright, where it's like you have like this modern kind of thing going on, and you have this kind of like, okay, well, is it morally right, even though they're monsters? Is it morally right to do it?
There's a lot of exploration of that. One of the main characters is not in issue 1, but he ends up becoming a main character. It's called Praise God Barebones, who is this guy who grew up in a ultra religious environment where all his kids his sister's name is "Unless you are saved, thou art damned." Like these are actual names from like the 16th century. I'm not kidding. I found this guy. And I was like, I got to steal this. I like to take people's historical weird guys and run with it. I found a new one recently. I was reading this book on the Netherlands, and there was this politician called Donker Curtius. And I don't care what that guy did at all. I just love the name Donker. Right? I'm gonna use that. But anyway, so he's basically Slender Man, right? And he feels like he's a monster because he has these supernatural abilities. And so he's not really, he's actually a very nice guy, but he feels like he's been condemned to monsterdom. And his struggle to sort of realize I'm not actually a monster, I'm just weird, is sort of his thing.
Yeah.
It's like a through line we can all like get on board with. I'm not a monster, I'm just weird.
Yeah. I mean, very much. I mean, it definitely tapped into my experience as well. But he's just kind of a sweet, nerdy guy who just thinks that he's supposed to be this way, and so he's like trying to force being a monster, but his heart's not in it. He just wants to like hang out and watch movies or something. He's not violent at all. But he just thinks that's what he's supposed to be, so he tries, and eventually he sort of learns that he doesn't need to do that.
Mm-hmm. So as you're writing this, did you find any particular character kind of hijacked after you wrote them and go, wow, this is interesting. I want to take this into. Or did you kind of have like all kind of prep ahead of time?
Well, I mean, Praise God was a guy where he was originally just going to be sort of a, I don't know, lieutenant of the bad guy, and then he grew into this whole elaborate backstory and the monsterdom thing. There was a lot. I mean, SWAT had it was definitely a pantsing situation. I was just going like. There was very little pre-planning. It just came out.
Yeah.
So in a way, all of them were like that, where they started out as this, and then they grew into far more interesting characters than the original conception ever would have had as an option. So that there's. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think I heard you say in another interview that the characters began speaking to you, and that's what kind of like how you started writing everything, which is, I always find that as an amazing concept when writing, is that what the character tells you what they're going to do next.
That's what you're cooking, is when the character's like, no, I'm not doing that, I'm going to do this over here.
Right.
That's when you're shooting good stuff.
Yeah.
And they were all like that. They were all extremely vivid and had their own goals, and I regularly had to change stuff because they just didn't want to do it, or I didn't believe that they would actually do it. So that happened a lot, and I let that kind of thing go, because that's when, like I said, I mean, to me, when the characters are kind of bouncing off of each other and changing each other's mind about things, that's a good run with it, right? Don't try to
Yeah.
ask ChatGTP what they should do.
Right.
Yeah.
Just let them figure it out. So,
Yeah. Do you find any particular character easier to write for than others?
I mean, Larry is. My wife says that Larry is a thinly disguised version of me,
Mhm.
so I guess that's a natural fit. But no, they were all very vivid. They all worked. If they didn't work, I cut them. You know, because that's my strategy. My bigger strategy with writing is if you're struggling with something, either you figure out what's wrong with it because something's wrong with it if it's hard to do,
Mhm.
or you just delete it. And deleting is an option. People should be way more open to deleting things. That solves a lot of problems if you just delete the. You'd be surprised. The delete key is an awesome tool for the writer.
Mhm.
So, I mean, usually, like if I'm stuck on something, the sign that I'm stuck is that the characters are shopping. And at that point, I hit pause, I go back 5,000 words or so, and then I start over because something went wrong. Because if they're shopping, I mean, maybe if a very specific scenario, but if I'm just sort of like, I need to get the plot along, let's have them buying crap for their next adventure, that's lame. It's just bad writing. So go delete it and figure out what you did wrong. Because that's usually what's happening is like, you made a bad choice, or it doesn't have to be all that obvious either. It could just be you just did something boring and now you're stuck on this boring track. Delete key, So
Yeah. I sometimes I accidentally delete the entire thing I wrote, but
Dropbox is really great for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, with like I said, with all the different genres, do you find yourself finding it hard to like kind of balance it? Do you try to have like everything even balanced with the different genres? Or do you gear more towards the crime and the fantasy?
Well, okay, so by issue 18 or so, I introduced Count Von Zollen, who is a goblin / pirate / accountant who sails the high seas, auditing people and stealing their shit. So it kind of it gets a little bit past the crime. It's not CSI for too long before it just starts getting weird. In the second arc, I introduce necromancers who they collect people's frozen heads and then they stick them in like comic cases. You know how you collect comics?
Yeah.
And there's like the sticker up top that says 9.5. They put the head in there, and then there's a sticker that rates the head, and so it gets really bizarre pretty fast. The Law and Order stuff lasts for maybe 3 issues before it just starts getting banana pants. So I just ran with it. Like I'm not worried about, like, my whole approach to this was I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. If it's ridiculous or stupid, it's ridiculous and stupid. I'm flaming out, and I don't care. So it I just did what felt right in the moment, and the expectation that the audience would also get it. So,
yeah, it's I think genre mashups are fun. They really are fun to see because
Absolutely.
it's everything's like, oh, it's a pure drama or it's comedy. No, but like a dramedy is great. You don't know how you feel, and you're able to have those highs and lows and able to shift gears, especially like in the comic world, to get into that weirdness that you have.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a major factor in what appealed to me in comics, was like how imaginatively free it was. Because I didn't have a comic shop when I grew up where I was. So basically, you were just whatever was on the rack at Smitty's was the grocery store, or at Walden Books is what was available.
Mm-hmm.
So my idea of what comics were was very limited for a long time. I didn't realize there was this amazing indie comic scene or anything until I walked into Distant Planet, which is the comic shop in Columbia, or one of the comic shops in Columbia, and saw all this stuff. And then ever since then, I've been dropping like $200 or $300 a week, basically, on comics. Just eating the whole, drink, the whole indie comic scene. The superhero stuff has been slower for me because I always feel like there's like 6 other comics you have to read to understand what's happening in this comic. It was like getting into Magic the Gathering, where it's really kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
But I've been eating up the DC compact editions. I've got almost all of those. I've been reading them almost nonstop for a while. I like a lot of it. Some of it I'm like, like I hated the Flash one. I do not like the Flash at all. I don't know why. But
Barry
most of
Allen
it's been really a lot of
in
fun.
general.
There's 9 of the fuckers. Like, why are there 9 Flashes? I shouldn't have to know 9 Flashes.
Just like
You
there's
know
like
what?
1,000 Green Lanterns, man.
Yeah, I mean, but at least they're interstellar cops. They're not like that makes sense. There's more than one cop, fine. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, the one specifically, the DC condensed version, I just was not getting along with at all. It felt like a weird soap opera. But that's just that particular version of the Flash. But everybody has their opinions about superheroes. I really like Nightwing because, like, he's like basic bitch Batman, right?
Well, actually, he's the best version of Batman. He's the best version of Batman. So Nightwing is the experiment gone successful. Like, basically, Bruce Wayne 100% is like, this is my trauma has created what I am and everything like that. I want to stop my like terrible childhood from happening with someone else. Well, he takes in somebody who has just as bad of trauma, but he absorbs it in a different way. And Dick Grayson is the success story that if Bruce Wayne is the failure.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like he's like well-adjusted Batman,
Yeah.
So he's Batman 2.0.
He is.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
So I like
Batman 2.0, but I mean, like, still, like Dick Grayson is Batman 2.0, 100%.
Yeah, the DC. I mean, I've only read the DC Compact Nightwing book, but it was very. It felt very wholesome. It was like Archie's version of Batman or something, relatively speaking. Like well-adjusted people fighting crime. They've got sticks. It's low budget. So it was interesting. But yeah, I mean, I just mostly I love how imaginatively free it is, where you can have like a race of robots that have cathode ray TVs for heads and dicks, and
Right.
just spaceships made of trees, and everyone will go with it. They're not nitpicking it, or whatever. But it's also highly structured because you have 22 pages an issue. You have to do a chapter. And so, like, you have all the storytelling elements combined. So, like, the freeness and the structure of it really triggered my autism, I guess, where I was just like, this is yes. So I enjoy reading them. I really love writing them. And, so it's been a lot of fun. And it's like I can approach it where, I don't know, I can be childlike and silly with it. Whereas with novels, I want to like nitpick it more, or it's more serious, or something like that. So I'm just having a lot more fun with comics.
That's awesome. Now, have you been going to any cons with your books?
Well, I have. I want to very much, but right now I have one issue, which I feel like is probably a bit thin for a comic table on its own. So I want to develop a little bit more content before I actually show up to the cons. The reaction when I show it to people, like I know this is a major honor, but I am the highest selling local author at my comic shop.
Yeah.
For one issue. Yeah, it sold pretty well relative to expectations. So, it's nice to talk to people, but like, it is, I definitely want more than one issue before I start buying table space.
What's the reception been like for the book itself?
When people read it, they seem to really like it, or they're very good at bullshitting me, one of the two. But I have like, I feel like if I get people to read it, they like it. If they don't read it, they're like, oh, it's Harry Potter, whatever, right? So
No.
Is that bad?
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah. Have you thought about ever just getting your novels printed and then having your book just to have a more writing there?
That had not occurred to me before. My novels would require a great deal of editing, I think. Like, I mean, I think there's good stuff in there, but I also think my 88, like, I jump from thing to thing a lot in my novels where there's like everything's 2,000 pages, next section, next section.
Yeah.
And that translates really well to comics because we all have attention deficit disorders.
Yep.
But in novel form, I don't know. And then I would have to write sequels to them, and I really just don't want to write novels anymore, right? Because they were all like book 1 of 6, and I'm not going to write. So I'll adapt them to comic form. I've done that a couple of times, and it works really well because they should have been comics in the first place. But I don't know. No, not at this point.
Has there been any thoughts of what with SWAT as you're writing this comic, making a companion like book with it?
I'm kind of done with writing novels. I mean, in all seriousness, I just have no desire to do that. Comics are fun. I love writing comics.
Mm-hmm.
The idea of sitting down trying to slog 2,000 words out, I don't know. I burned myself out on novels for a while. Maybe I'll go back eventually, but I am not anywhere close to that.
Yeah, and it's nice that comics are starting to get like more clout now because, like, for the longest time it was, oh, you're doing a comic book, it's low grade, low rent novel, and it's not as good as a novel, or you're writing a comic because you can't do a novel, and it's like, well, no, comics are way more interesting.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to pick one that's better. It's just for me, comics are where I should have been the entire time, and I'm trying to approach it in a. How can I put this? I'm not trying to beat anybody. I just want to make what I want to make. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get negative and start trying to crap on novels about how they're secretly worse than. It's all great. It's just this is what I'm good at.
Mm-hmm.
So I read plenty of novels. I love them. It's just I don't think at this point it's where I want to be.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. That's completely understandable. It was, what has been kind of like the most difficult piece of making your own indie book that you just, you went through it with your writing, but is it you find different problems with comic book creation?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a different thing. I even though it's hard, I like doing this, and like it feels like running a business more than novels where you're just sort of begging for someone to pay attention to you. Which is what it feels like. You got all these agents who are like, act like, treat me like I'm your friend. I'm like, I don't know who the fuck you are. You don't know who I am. What are we doing?
Yep.
I mailed 50 different people today. That's what the reality of it. I'm not your fucking friend, and you're not mine. Let's be honest. But then, of course, it's always the writer's job to be professional about being rejected. But also it was a personal relationship. It felt very abusive, honestly. Like it's very much like they know everybody in the publishing industry is fully aware that there's 10,000 writers behind you that will stab you in the back to take your spot, and they treat you accordingly. And I hated that. Whereas comics, you're more of an entrepreneur type thing. So even though like assembling a team and paying for that team and doing the publishing and all that stuff that is not easy by any means. I felt like a grown up, I guess, when I was doing it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I enjoy even the difficult parts of comics is fun, or relatively fun. But I mean, sometimes, Rachel's been great. I'm not trying to talk about Rachel, but I had other artists that were not great. In terms of working with, that took forever and then delivered crap, and that sucks. Honestly, I mean, to some degree, getting people to pay attention to what you're doing but that's hard everywhere because the internet's just a wash in it. So actually getting traction. I mean, I believe in SWAT so much. It's my baby. So sometimes it feels frustrating that like you're shouting about this awesome thing that you made, and mostly 10 people are watching this podcast or whatever. Not this one specifically, but I've been on ones where I literally went and checked the stream, and I was the only person watching the stream, and I'm like, what am I? So it can be hard to like get momentum going. you know, in a space where it's just flooded with it's flooded with competition. It's also flooded with fraudsters. Like the amount of people that will try to hit you up on Facebook to scam you when you're promoting a Kickstarter, it's remarkable. Because I'm like, why do you think I have any money? I'm trying to make a comic here. We're all broke. What do you, you know? But the amount of scammers is really remarkable, you know, in that space. And you know, so the marketing of it, I guess, is the part that I found was challenging.
Yeah. In the horror film world, there are people that are scammy as well. We have found it's unfortunately it's because, you know, indie is indie, like I said, as you said, you're not doing this to become rich and famous. We're doing this for a passion for something we want to get out there, and there are people that will just try to take advantage of that.
Yeah, I mean, you always have to be worried about scammers. I mean, your own daughter might siphon off your Social Security,
Right.
so you always have to be a bit paranoid. But
Right.
you know, it's if I was just doing it for money, I guess I'd just get into mortgage finance or something. You know, so you just gotta power through and keep doing it.
Awesome. It's like I said, it's a lot of work, but I'm glad you're doing it. And Phil, I think you have some rapid questions.
I do. I've got a couple rapid fire questions here. So the idea here is just to say what the first thing that comes to mind is, right? So let's knock these out here. Your favorite monster?
Frankenstein.
Nice. Least trustworthy fantasy wizard?
Gandalf.
Okay. Best supernatural cop movie?
Shoot. What is a supernatural cop movie? I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Like
I mean-
I'd say Maniac Cop, Wolf Cop.
Bright.
Oh,
we were talking about that before. Or God, what's the one that came?
R.I.P.D.
R.I.P.D.
Hellboy.
Hellboy is a good
Okay, yeah, Hellboy. Okay,
one.
yeah. I could definitely go Hellboy.
Universal. God, what was the one with Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Universal Soldier.
Universal Soldier.
That was a supernatural cop movie?
Technically,
I thought he was just like a cyborg or something.
yeah, like they get into like very 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 light. Oh, I guess RoboCop is another supernatural cop movie.
Well, I mean, okay, if we're expanding it that wide. I mean, it's definitely, I mean, ultimately, yeah. I don't know. I like Men in Black, I guess, if we're doing sci-fi. I had a lot of fun with that one. I never saw R.I.P.D. I thought it sounded like it was just a bad Men in Black movie.
Yeah, it was.
Could have been wrong with that. Okay.
Yeah, the movie definitely wasn't as good as the comic. So
I haven't seen that in the store, but maybe I should check that out. But yeah, Hellboy's great. I read a bunch of Hellboy comics. I've watched the first movie many times. The second one, probably not as many. And was there a third one with David Barber or
And there was
something?
a fourth one that came out last year from the original.
Okay, so I've lost track of the Hellboy franchise, but
yeah, now they're talking
yeah.
about bringing back Ron Perlman.
They never.
They probably should not have.
But
They probably shouldn't have. I thought he was a great Hellboy, and I mean, it's not like he's making that much money that you can't, you know, you have to recast him, or you would think. I don't know. I guess he was doing that. Go ahead.
Yeah, the third and the fourth movie were reboots, so they weren't part of the same franchise.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, whatever. I'm no longer getting involved with it, but like, wasn't that, how are you doing a reboot like 5 years after the, you know, you're remaking the reboot of the second reboot of it's just gotten out of hand, I think. And then they're wondering why people are tired of it. You know, it's because you've run it into the ground. Not just Hellboy, but like many other franchises where just calm down, you know.
Like you guys are just ruining franchises. Like stop ruining these franchises.
Well, they want to amortize their IP investment, you know, but that's just not the right approach to storytelling. You know, you can get away with that for a long time. I see plenty of people online like, well, you know, Star Wars isn't what it used to, but I still like it. Why? You know, is it just lightsabers? I mean, like, that was like the Iliad or the Odyssey in the 70s. Like that was this hero's journey for a long time, and now you're settling for them stringing together 5 episodes of Mando into a film and saying you're happy. Why? Like, go to sleep. Like, get 8 hours of sleep and then tell me you still give a shit about Star Wars. You know, go to that doesn't make any sense what I just said, but I don't know. It's time to let things go. You know, like I when Rise of Skywalker came out, I'm like, I spent 20 years cutting you slack. Where I'm done. With Star Trek Nemesis, which came out in the 90s, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna peace out for a while. You know, you don't have to stay fans of these things. It's like I feel like people's identities get involved with being a Star Wars fan or a Star Trek fan, and so they hang around for stuff that's really just not worth their time, and it's a shame.
Yeah.
So,
all right, let's jump back in these rapid fire questions. Coffee or cursed artifact?
Coffee?
All right. Vampire roommate, yes or no?
Are they going to attack me?
If he's your roommate, probably not.
He still needs your half of the rent.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. Well, so I get the place to myself. He's asleep during the day, and then he's gone at night. So that sounds great. Does he do the dishes?
He might not do the dishes, mainly because,
well,
you know,
yeah, that would be fair.
Part,
he's not actually, yeah.
I was gonna say for the most part, all he has is, you know, he's just using a straw. So,
yeah, I could live with that. That sounds actually like an ideal roommate, honestly.
He's like, yeah, no, I don't use very many dishes because I suck my dinner.
Yeah, doesn't poop. Doesn't have.
He pees a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Wow. Has no one ever determined if a vampire goes to the bathroom in film?
I don't think anybody has, man.
What are they? I mean, if they're doing something in the bathroom, it's definitely not normal stuff, right? So, I mean, it's all liquid diet. So.
Oh, that's amazing. I really don't think anybody's thought of that. It's definitely something we got to write in a movie now, man.
Yeah, okay. We gotta have it. Dracula's on Ozempic, and so he's just like shitting blood 6 times a day.
All right, so that's the plot.
That's what we do in Shadows episode.
That's the plot for Sinners 2, then, Ryan Coogler. Perfect.
Yes. it's do vampire shit. Which monster would absolutely fail at a desk job?
I mean, it's hard to imagine the alien filling out a TPS report. So,
I mean, that's the point. Well, I mean, they'd actually have everything because they're a hive mind, so the queen already has that information.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, I guess they are, you know, kind of organized in their own way, so that's not great. Gremlins? They'd be pretty crap at office work.
Yeah, they would. There you go.
It would be the worst at doing office work.
But probably the best at corporate takeover.
Oh, yeah. They probably actually really good at corporate takeover.
Gremlins 3, SpaceX.
I think that's actually what's happening in real life.
They might be better off ultimately. I don't know. With the Gremlins, I mean.
Running SpaceX? Yeah, probably. Might actually get
everything's so crazy, man. You know, it feels like either I'm losing my mind or a bunch of other people are losing theirs. I don't know which.
Why not?
Yeah, I was gonna say both.
Definitely an option. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've been rewatching. Have you guys ever watched The Venture Brothers?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Venture Brothers is amazing.
Yeah, I got the DVD set recently, so I'm churning through season 4 right now. That's a show that holds up pretty well. I mean, they do make a lot of 2005 references to things, that don't,
Yeah.
not the most kosher, but whatever. Fine. It was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
But in terms of the writing and it being funny, it's still very, very good. So
Brock Sampson's still one of the best characters ever written.
yeah, and it's just, I mean, the dynamics that develop, and somebody mentioned that SWAT's a lot like Venture Brothers, and I'm like, yes, and that kind of led me to buying the DVDs. Because I mean, it is silly and it's ridiculous, but it also, the characters are taking their lives seriously at the same time with their ridiculous lives, and that's kind of what SWAT does. Is yes, the situation is ridiculous, but for them, it's very real and serious, and they treat it that way. And so they're taking what they're doing seriously, even when it's patently ridiculous. And so it kind of has that Venture Brothers vibe to it.
All right, so far I haven't gotten much done, but I got Jerry.
Nice.
When I see that, it doesn't make anything of Seinfeld. It makes me think the Always Sunny episode where they're doing Seinfeld.
Yes.
It's Always Sunny.
So-
Also great franchise. All right, man, we're gonna get into these wrap-up questions here. I'm
Okay.
gonna ask you the hardest question you've ever been asked in your life. Are you ready for this?
Okay.
All right. What is your favorite kind of taco?
Chorizo with a lot of cilantro.
Nice.
I loved. Don't ever look up what chorizo is.
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
I'm Hispanic, man. I know
Yeah.
exactly what it is. My mom doesn't like chorizo because when she learned what it was, she was like,
Yeah,
nope.
it put me off of it for years, and it's my favorite kind of taco. So it was a real shame. There's some things you don't need to know. That's Lovecraftian knowledge right there, is what chorizo actually is. Don't look into it. Anyway, next one.
It's the same shit they put in hot dogs, guys.
Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Absolutely terrible. All right. Worst horror movie franchise.
Franchise. I haven't seen the Puppet Master movies, but they look really stupid.
They're so bad.
Oh, I own 5 of them on Laserdisc.
Yeah, but you like bad movies, man. Your whole gimmick is you watch shitty movies.
That's true.
So what's some advice that you might have for anybody who is trying to get into the industry? If they want to get into comic books or just writing in general, what's a small piece of advice that you would give somebody if like something that you wish you would have known?
Well, okay. Are we talking writing advice here or industry advice?
Industry advice.
Picking out your artist should be like picking out a dog. If you are not just vibing like crazy, don't do it. Like if you have any doubts at all about their style or them, listen to your gut, honestly. But you should just be like, you should love what their style, how it fits your comic so much that you get a little irrational, I think. Or if you don't have, it's like buying a house. If you're not like in love with that house when you buy it, when in 5 years from now, when you learn about all the weird shit that you aren't seeing right now, like how they wired everything's wired wrong, and the hot water is where the cold water is supposed to be, all that stuff, you're going to hate that house if you don't love it out of the gate. Like, to achieve mediocrity, you need to love it when you don't know about any of its flaws.
That's pretty good. I think you're the first person who has put it that way. I like that. All right. Who would win in a fight? Larry Slaughter versus a fully grown R Harry Potter versus Harry Dresden.
Who shoots first? Because that's the question.
I was gonna say you're the
Larry.
Choose that.
I mean, I think Larry in the series is far more dangerous than Harry Potter ever was. One thing that always bothered me with the Harry Potter series is the way they point their sticks and try to shoot at people. Mm-hmm. It always looks stupid as fuck to me. They don't do that. They just shoot beams of raw energy at people and annihilate them completely out of the gate. So if they shoot first, they win, and they very much are aware of that. It's actually kind of a problem with writing the series because they're so. Once you do that once, that's kind of the answer to a lot of questions, and a story is just I'll just blow them up. So it makes the story more about the investigation that gets them to where they know where the guy is, or they understand what's happening. That's where the drama is. The actual shooting is not that interesting, but it really is, I think, because you always know that Aries not getting blasted. But honestly, it's been a while since I read a Dresden Files book. Was that guy particularly powerful? I didn't remember him.
Yeah, he was he's a private eye. He's a detective, right? And he's a wizard. He has gone against Eldritch gods and survived.
Well, it's when the writer's in your pocket, it's easy to do that. I don't know. Larry can swing with all of them. I would say that.
Okay, yeah, I like that. But yeah, I think definitely to destroy Harry Potter. Harry Potter peaked in high school.
He did, and that's kind of what SWAT is. It's like, what if Harry Potter peaked in high school? At a school shooting. He peaked at Columbine. Is pretty much what SWAT is. Anyway, but what's the next question?
That's great. What's next for you, man? Do you have any appearances coming up, or anything you want to push? This is your moment to kind of push anything you want to push. Push the Kickstarter here too.
Well, I'm doing the Kickstarter for SWAT right now. The comics are already done. So they made me set a goal of $500. The original goal was supposed to be $1. But anyway, if we make the extremely reasonable goal, you're guaranteed to get your comic. It's already done. It's genuine passion project. If you're only looking for something that's weird from a guy that came out of nowhere, hey, give it a shot. But it really is I genuinely a passion project. I think it's hilarious, and it goes in places that you will not see coming, and that I think will be very entertaining. So that's out there. We have it's a pretty simple one. You can get the PDF. You can get the comic. You can get a signed one by Rachel or me, depending on your preference. We're not doing a lot of extras or anything on this one, but we're just trying to get it introduced to Kickstarter. So there's that. My website's weirdshark.art. I'm on Justin Koch. This is from a different project comic that I'm doing. If you can, I'm okay. There we go.
Yeah.
That's the Weird Shark. It's a extinct shark from hundreds of millions of years ago from Edge of Darkness, which is the other series, one of the other series I'm working on. We're also developing a series called Department of God, where it's about two angels that are they're in charge of dispensing justice on Earth, and they're so far behind that they're just murdering evil 90-year-olds, and they're very tired. They're very tired of doing that, and so they decide to go on vacation, and this leads to accidentally triggering the apocalypse. So those scripts are done. Just need to get an artist going on them. So I have a ton of ideas, right? Like I've got loads of stuff. But for now, I'm just basically doing every podcast that'll have me while this Kickstarter's going. And yeah, check me out on Blue Sky mostly. I'm on Facebook. There's not that many Justin Kochs out there, so you'll find me if you just plug that in.
Dude, that's
Awesome.
that's fucking great. Yeah, as soon as you got that going, I definitely want you back on the show to talk about that. That sounds absolutely hilarious and amazing.
I can't spoil it, but the joke that finishes the thing off is, unless somebody steals it from me, it's going to be a hit. But it's a very fun series. It's very, very weird. And so there's that Edge of Darkness, which is about like humanity's been living under the ocean in the ocean for millions and millions of years beneath the edge of darkness, which is the point in the sea where the sun doesn't penetrate anymore.
Yeah.
And so they like grow giant squid suits that and then the squid suit sort of merges with them, and they swim around in the ocean experiencing things as a giant squid. And they're trying to go back to the sun. It's a really cool concept. We're mostly done with the art for issue 1, but then I ended up feeling that we need to do a bunch of rewrites that I've been putting off, but that's in the works too. I've got all kinds of stuff. There's Baby Gun, which is about a baby who makes guns appear. He like apparates guns on whenever he gets nervous. So he shoots the doctor that was delivering him, leading to a life sentence in prison. And then the CIA recruits him, and it goes from there. Real Gladiators of Housewife County, which is about a far future thing where a bunch of pro wrestlers are using like biotechnology to cheat at wrestling. Not cheat because it's professional wrestling, but like they'll have like 2 hearts so that you can stab them through 1 heart. It's like it makes it real, like wrestling, but they're going to survive, or they have like a fake head so you can decapitate them and then they sort of pop their other head on, what have you. That hasn't gotten. It's more conceptual at that point. I haven't written too much of that one, but there's a lot of potential there. So I have a lot of stuff cooking.
Yeah, it's very like it's almost cyberpunk.
I mean, I'm definitely going with that kind of vibe. It's like the far future. I was working on that before AI started, but I could probably encapsulate that and make the world even more dreary and lame. But it's about artists trying to like be artists in a really hostile environment, but they're extremely violent artists. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a cool concept. I really like that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff going. But most of them is going to be on every podcast on the planet in the next 2 weeks.
Hell yeah! The more podcasts, the better. Do it.
Yeah, I have fun doing them. I hope I'm entertaining.
Oh, you absolutely are, man. We've been having a blast. I don't know if you have been. It's been fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, this has been good. When they're bad, they're bad. But
right.
No, this has been good.
Yeah. No, I've seen how bad podcasts can go. I've listened to enough interviews while doing research on the people that are coming on the show that I've just been like, God, how do some of these people exist?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's usually fun. Every once in a while, it's like being a lawyer. 98% fun, 2% nightmare.
Makes sense. All right, man. Well, where can everybody find you if they want to follow you and follow all the things you got going on? Give us all your pluggables.
JustinCoke.bsky.social. I'm Justin Coke on Facebook. You'll see my face. There's not too many of us, like I said. I theoretically am on Instagram, but not really. The social media aspect is an area of weakness for me because it's just like it's very hard. I predate this kind of stuff, and so it just feels very fake, hard for me to do. So I have to admit the social media aspect's not my strong suit. But I'm on Blue Sky. That's where I post the most. And like I said, my website's weirdshark.art.
I love that name, weirdshark.art.
Yeah.
I saw it. It was like the cheapest one too, and I'm like, serendipity. All right.
That's great, man. Well, thanks again, Justin, for coming on the show, man. We highly appreciate you giving us your time. And again, you're invited anytime you want to come back on, unless you want to hang out with us for the next about 45 minutes to vote on like movies and stuff.
I am way past my bedtime, so I'm going to have to cash out. But
yeah, and that's why we give you that option, man. We give you that option for, hey, it might be late where you're at, so if you want to go to sleep, by all means.
Well, it was a lot of fun, and I definitely would be happy to come back.
Yeah, awesome. Man. Yeah, we'd love to have you back.
You guys soon.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oop. There we go.
There we are.
I had to make sure that I oh, look at the sparklies.
I know. Don't you like sparklies?
Yeah, I know, right? I had to make sure that that it wasn't on you because it would have given, would have done that.
I'm aware.
But yeah, man. So yes, what bracket are we still working on right now, man?
Best comedies part D.
Best comedies part D. All right. So what we need to do, we need to get you access to the YouTube channel.
Give me all the access.
That's right. So let me double check here because I think we log in with our Google account.
Usually. But
So
if you add me the same way, because like I'm an editor on Kyber Cave, right?
right.
If you give me editing rights, I should be able to pull up as us.
Okay, then I should be able to do that. So let me. How do I do that? You know what's funny? I just did this for for should do. So I should remember how to do this.
I would concur. I don't know how you do that. I've never done any of that for anyone on my channel.
Oh, here, permissions. There we go. There we go.
Huzzah.
Invite. I'm going to invite. I'm assuming it's your regular email address.
Yes.
Okay, that way I make sure I'm not saying that out loud.
Yes, my regular address is phylishot@gmail.com.
Oh God, I didn't want you to tell everybody.
I know. I'm sorry. Belongs in the house or Phil's garage. Are they in your garage?
I was unaware, but they could be.
They could be. They're waiting. They're plotting.
Explain why they're not in the chat right now.
Oh, Sandra put that in the chat. That's why I said that. But while you're doing that, I'll just go kind of recap from last time. Super Troopers beat out Saving Silverman. Waiting beat out Jackass. Groundhog Day beat out A Night at the Roxbury. Your Highness beat out Teen Wolf. Rush Hour beat Accepted. Ace Ventura beat out Anchorman. Wayne's World beat out Pitch Perfect. Mars Attacks. Dumb and Dumber.
Jeff said he's out in front of my house right now. Probably getting ready for tomorrow because we're leaving tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And then Tommy Boy beat out There's Something About Mary.
Okay, so it confirmed that I gave you permission, saying it's pending.
Mm-hmm.
But I set you as a manager, so then when you open the stream, you should be able to add a poll. There's a little plus button next to the chat.
I want to be in studio. Get me out of the studio. I just have to figure out how to do that.
But then, yeah, like I said, that gives you that should give you access to be able to add in polls in the stream. So then that way, instead of us having to pay attention to who is voting, you guys can just vote in the chat.
Ooh, I like it. Now I have to have a third screen up. All right. Well, I'll put this in. Dang it. Trying to fit everything on the two screens I currently have.
Yeah, the only thing that we'll have to add into after is our votes because we can't vote because we're administrators.
That's a shame. All right. Well, the first one then is, let's see here, Zoolander versus Talladega Nights.
Ooh, God, Zoolander or Talladega Nights? Both movies are very quotable. Both movies have a lot of scenes that are very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it I like to go fast? Or I'm gonna come at you like a spider monkey.
Yeah.
Or is it like, are we witnessing a gas battle?
I mean, Eric the Vampire did die the most stupidly way in that movie.
What does he say? The files are in the computer.
Yep. Yeah. So I personally do not like Talladega Nights.
Really? You don't like Talladega Nights?
Nope. I like Will Ferrell. I like John C. Riley. I just don't like them together. Which is weird. I know.
Because Talladega Nights is one of those movies that's like in my personal like top 10 comedies.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm definitely, let's see here. 100% of votes so far is Talladega Nights.
I'm going Talladega Nights on this, so
Are you?
That vote to it.
Yeah, do that.
I think that's everybody in the chat too. That's all 4.
Is it?
Oh no, we have 6 now. Okay, never mind.
4 votes. Yeah, it's 4 votes.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying we have 6 people in the chat now. So that's the other thing is if you're on YouTube, it gives you real time because on the app that we use, it's behind by like a minute or so.
Okay. Yeah, so 4 votes. I guess Talladega Nights is having it.
Yeah, because I think the only 1 vote for Zoolander is you.
I mean, I also have like 8 YouTube accounts I can just throw.
You could.
I could. I'm not going to though. All right. That means that is moving forward. Next up, we're going to have. Let me move it forward. All these records for the internet says no, it's not that way. It's going to be The Heat with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy versus What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, I'm going What We Do in the Shadows for sure on this one.
Did you ever see The Heat?
I did not, and that's why I'm going What We Do in the Shadows.
I mean, I think it's funny because we were talking about, do vampires take a shit or will they clean dishes? They have stuff about dishes in What We Do in the Shadows. And they're all vampires.
What We Do in the Shadows has a lot of, what do vampires do during regular everyday life?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, what We Do in the Shadows is just in general is great. Taika Waititi he made a hit with that shit.
Oh, hands down. Yeah,
because that's literally what made Taika Waititi famous.
Yes, and then we got Thor, Love and Thunder from it. So how good did we do then? Yeah, so 1 vote for The Heat, 2 in chat for What We Do in the Shadows plus ours.
And again, I'm voting What We Do in the Shadows.
Yep. Oh yeah. It's one of those things I think we talked about this before. Phil, please open the garage door. There's someone here to murder you.
Right. Okay. Let me open up my app here. There you go.
Ooh, you're going in. They're letting you in. Scary. Okay.
Ooh, scary.
I mean, depends who's coming over. If it's Tater, that's definitely scary.
I mean, Tater is next door, so.
I know. All right. Next up, these are long type out.
Should probably copy and paste them from now on.
Yeah. We have Bubble Boy versus Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes, that has that one line. That's great. But Monty Python is the entire movie.
Monty Python wins hands down. Monty Python is one of the greatest comedies ever written. I'm sorry. anybody who anybody in the chat who argues that you're wrong, but Monty Python and the Holy Grail is one of that and Life of Brian are like two of the best written
Meaning of
comedies
life.
in like history.
Yeah, but I love the meaning of life as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's amazing for what it was. I love the fact that they literally just didn't know how to end their movie.
Yeah.
They had no idea, so they just made everyone get arrested.
Oh, Holy Grail. Yes. I love that it was just, you know, like the whole thing ends up being a big like LARP campaign.
You know, it could that have spawned the wave of LARPing to what we got to it today?
Yeah.
It's possible.
And then the other thing is another thing that I love about like that movie is that started the coconuts gag that everybody now uses.
I was a theater kid, right? In high
Mhm.
school, we definitely got coconuts from the grocery store to do stuff on stage.
Right.
Hands down.
That's what I'm saying. like it started that gag, and anybody that's ever done anything theater related is like you know that gag.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. One vote for Bubble Boy.
Who voted for Bubble Boy? Oh my god.
I don't know. Can I see that?
I don't think it actually shows you.
Oh, so we don't know who's wrong, huh? That's a shame. That's a shame.
It's like the downside to putting up to like doing polls. Because like the upside is okay, well now we don't have to keep track of it, but like the downside is who the fuck voted for it?
We need to know who the weirdo is here.
I bet you it's Say Wong. It's always Say Wong.
I mean, yes. Tell Phil to open the garage.
I did.
All right. Well, yeah, Monty Python clearly is moving forward here. Yeah, it's I think I have all three of them on Laserdisc. They all just happen to be at one spot at the same place at the same time. You go, you know what? That's it's fate. It's destiny that I have to get them. You know?
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have what if Rob Schneider was a girl? The hot chick.
What if Rob Schneider was a girl?
The hot chick versus Hall Pass.
The hot chick or Hall Pass?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure this is the one I'm thinking it is.
Which one? Hall Pass?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is.
Yep.
Owen Wilson, Jason Sudeikis.
Yep.
And they get like the pass for the weekend.
Jennifer Fisher.
Yeah, they get the pass for the weekend to sleep with whoever they want.
Yep. I thought it was hilarious comedy.
It actually was a pretty funny movie.
Yeah. I don't watch it often. Maybe every couple of years. The hot chick I watched once.
Now that I'm thinking about it, I think the hot chick I watched once too. Like that was right in the middle of his kind of like the run that he had after Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah.
And he kept trying to like recreate the magic with Deuce Bigelow, and it's like you're not going to, man. Like not with movies like The Hot Chick.
No, I mean his earlier stuff was definitely way better than his later stuff.
And again, I love that. I love the South Park jokes about that.
Yep.
Where it was just Rob Schneider's.
Yep. Yeah. So I'm going Hall Pass.
I think I'm going Hall Pass too.
You're going Hall Pass as well. Yeah.
Also, Rob Schneider turned out to be a douchebag, so it's kind of like.
But now he's buff.
Is he buff?
I people said I not have Rob Schneider getting buff on my 2026 bingo card.
I might have to go look that up here in a second because I'm like,
I-
Rob Schneider getting buff?
Well, I mean, he's said so many stupid things recently. He needs to be able to fight people off.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's
All
go.
right.
Rob Schneider 2026. Let's see what he looks like nowadays.
I don't know how accurate it is. But
He doesn't really look buff. I mean, like, there's a shirt. There's one thing here that shows him like a tight shirt. And I mean, he looks fit. Like, he doesn't look like, like he's getting, I mean, he's getting older. He just doesn't look like he's like an old, super old dude. But he's not like Dave Chappelle ripped. You know what I mean? Like, Dave Chappelle got fucking big.
did he?
Yeah, Dave Chappelle was fucking massive when he came back from Africa.
Wow. Didn't know that. Well, next up we have what if Zach Galifianakis and Robert Downey Jr. and a dog had to go to the hospital? Due dates.
Due date's actually pretty funny, man.
Versus the movie that was so bad it took 7 years to make, movie 43.
Oh. Movie 43 is a classic. I don't care what anybody says. That movie was actually really funny.
It's bizarre. You can see why it
Took so long to make.
took so long. It's ridiculous. You have a lot of good comedic actors in that thing. And I think if you look at movie 43 to comedies the same way you do Sharknado to horror movies, it works.
Movie 43, because the thing is that it's intentionally weird too. It's not like that wasn't their intention. They weren't like going for like, oh, we're trying to make a really good, well thought out movie. Oh, and we ended up with movie 43. Like, that was their intention, was for it to be a fucking weird ass movie.
I mean, you're not gonna. There's not gonna be any other movie where Gerard Butler plays a leprechaun.
And the other thing is, again, you get so many A-listers that wanted to be a part of that, and it just shows, they were just kind of like, hey, this is our opportunity to just be silly.
Well, you have balls off of Hugh Jackman's face. He
after
knew
a
what
while,
he was getting into.
Right. After a while, you realize that that's kind of his sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like Hugh Jackman in real life, that's his sense of humor. That's the kind of stuff that he likes to do.
Yeah.
He hangs out with Ryan Reynolds. I mean, that should say a lot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But yeah, I've seen both of these once. I think I'd rather watch Due Date again.
Yeah, again, Due Date's pretty funny. Again, that was Robert Downey Jr. cashing in on his kind of like fame at the moment.
And doing something that wasn't Tony Stark, yeah.
Right. And I mean, he plays eccentric douchebag really well. So it's like, it's just him playing another eccentric douchebag.
Yep. So what's your vote?
Yeah, I think I go Due Date.
Yeah. And the 4 votes in chat say the same thing. So
okay.
Oh yeah. I don't think there was any doubt about that one in my mind, but you never know with our chat.
Our chat surprises us on a regular basis.
And now they can do it. We can't see it.
Now you guys can just be weird and not tell anybody.
Exactly. All right. So you're my boy, Blue.
Yes.
Versus Shit Monsters.
Oh. Okay, so Dogma versus Old School.
Yep.
Fuck.
Yep.
God damn you, RNG. That's a tough one. They're both really good.
Oh, if they were separated, they easily would have both have won their bracket.
Yeah. Dogma is amazing. Such a good satire. It pissed off all of the religions, mostly Catholics.
Oh yeah.
but like that, and then God, Old School is just such a good classic comedy movie, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Luke Wilson and Will Ferrell. Hell yeah.
I love oh God, what's his name? Vince Vaughn.
Oh
Do
yeah.
doing the rings with the cigarette in his mouth. Oh man. It's another good classic comedy, man. How's chat leaning on this?
all Dogma.
All Dogma on this one, huh? Yep.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going Dogma as well.
Yeah, I think I go Dogma too. I'm kind of on the fence. Like, I don't know if I want to go Dogma or if I want to go Old School. Old School is such a good movie, man.
But I have watched Dogma way more.
I've watched both of those movies a lot. And I mean, now that I haven't gotten it yet, but now that Dogma's back on video, like you can actually buy it again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't get it on DVD when it first came out, you either had to like go find that DVD because they stopped the studio stopped making them,
Mm.
or you couldn't stream it anywhere because they were like, it's too controversial. We don't want to deal with it. Well, Kevin Smith got the rights back to it.
Nice.
And he went on a tour and did a director's cut DVD version of it.
Mm.
So I definitely want to get that. But I mean, yeah, that's why there's such like a big resurgence for Dogma right now, is because he got the rights back to it and people have been able to watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I do end up going Dogma.
Okay. Yep. Dogma sweeps it. Next up of the first round, we have Get Smart versus Scoozy.
Oh, Miss Cozy. Oh, Miss Cozy. Not Get Smart. Sorry.
Euro Trip.
Euro Trip for sure. There's I liked Get Smart, but like Get Smart was more of a family comedy in comparison to Euro Vacation.
Oh, for
to
sure.
Euro Trip.
Oh, yeah.
So I think just in general, Euro Trip had a lot more of those like hilariously funny moments.
Yes.
So I go Euro Trip on this.
Yeah, it's. Don't get me wrong, I love the original Get Smart TV show.
Yes,
a couple of movies. Don Adams.
Like if this were the original Get Smart, it would probably be a harder decision.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But the first Get Smart movie was Get Smart, the nude bomb. It's a bomb to make everyone, their clothes just explode off of them.
Because I remember last week when I asked you, you said it was the new one with Steve Carell.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, okay, well, if it's the Steve Carell version, again, that movie was funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, that movie wasn't good. It wasn't funny. It's just when you compare that to
National Lampoon's Euro Trip. Yep.
Yeah, anything National Lampoons. I mean, National Lampoons is, and we're gonna get into this debate a whole lot more later. But National Lampoons is one of those. They tend to hit pretty well. Like Van Wilder is another movie that is like they hit the mark pretty hard on that.
Yeah, but The Rise of Taj was atrocious.
The Rise of Taj was terrible. That was them trying to cash in on it, and they just didn't go about it right.
Yeah. But yeah, I ultimately go Euro Trip. It's such a great movie. And I just know that in 2005, someone stole my copy of it on DVD.
No.
I know exactly who it is, too. I just haven't talked to them in forever.
Should go find them and kick them in the teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah. So Euro Trip is moving forward. Now, we're going to get to round couple into round 2 here.
Yep.
And it is. Yeah, what was so funny?
Super Troopers
Versus
I'm gonna be upset if it's something that I really like going up against Super Troopers.
Ryan Reynolds just waiting for the hostess to turn 18. Wait.
Oh, okay. I waiting is good. I like waiting. Okay.
Mhm.
It's not going to be Super Troopers for me. I'm sorry. I and again, I love Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is. I'm not going to say like between him and Dane Cook in that movie, like they're really good.
Mm-hmm.
But Super Troopers, that is a go-to rewatchable movie.
Hands down, yes.
Yes, that is a go-to rewatchable movie. I rewatch that movie so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's as soon as you learn about Super Troopers, and then you learn about their first movie, which I have as well. I have all their stuff.
What was Broken Lizard's first movie?
Oh, it was. I want to say something puddle. Oh, Puddle Cruiser.
Puddle of Cruiser?
Puddle Cruiser.
Puddle Cruiser.
Yeah, it's
I
about them
missed
in college.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone thought Super Troopers was kind of their first one, but nope.
I've seen a lot of their movies, like Slam and Salmon and
Mm-hmm.
what was the oh God, what was the horror movie they did?
Club Dread.
Club Dread. That's what it was.
Yeah, and of course, Brewfest or Beer Fest. Absolutely,
Beer
love.
Fest. Beer Fest. That is a close second for national or not national. For Broken Lizard movies.
Yeah, and then Quasi was pretty good for what it was.
I didn't see Quasi. I missed that one.
That was their last one.
Yeah, that was the
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame movie they did.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, if you're going Super Troopers, everyone else is too.
Yeah, I'm going Super Troopers for sure.
Yeah, that moved up forward just fine. All right, next up, we have everyone's favorite weatherman,
Ron Burgundy.
that repeats the day every day. Wasn't he the weatherman?
No, he was not the weatherman.
No, he's just newsman.
Yes, he was the newsman.
Okay. Yeah, so we have Groundhog Day versus Natalie's Portman in a gold thong, Your Highness.
Oh man,
How did Your Highness make it up here?
I don't know how Your Highness made it there at all.
Oh yeah, that's right. It beat out Teen Wolf.
Okay, Groundhog Day versus Your Highness.
Mm-hmm.
Groundhog Day or Your Highness.
This is interesting because chat notoriously loving Padme would be probably big Natalie Portman fans.
I mean, can't be mad at Natalie Portman in a golden thong.
No, you can't. But Groundhog Day you can watch, every year.
Groundhog Day you can watch over and over, over and over and over on repeat, over and over.
Yeah, like I said, it's.
If you don't understand that joke, go watch Groundhog Day.
Yeah, so I love, like I said, Your Highness. I've watched like twice, but like Groundhog Day, I remember growing up not liking it, but it's a solid movie that actually people have done entire channels to figure out how much time he would have had to been in that time loop.
Yeah,
Because originally Harry Raymond said like 1,000 years, but I think the calculated down is actually 112 years is what he would need
to actually get out of the loop.
No, to have learned everything he learned in that time frame.
Oh
Be
yeah,
the-
yeah.
become essentially the master of it. So, are you on Groundhog's Day or Your Highness?
Ah man. Gotta go Groundhog Day, man.
Groundhog Day, man. I don't know that one.
Groundhog Day, man. Yeah, I think I'll go Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day, man, kicks your ass every day. Yeah, chat is also saying Groundhog's Day, so yeah. Ooh. All right. This is a good one to end on
Okay.
because I don't know if you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth.
Rush Hour.
Versus Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Because there were two very different movies.
Oh, very much so. And we're talking the first Ace Ventura, right?
And the first Rush Hour.
And the first Rush Hour. Yeah, first Ace Ventura.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about Einhorn is
Yeah.
Einhorn's a man. I mean, it doesn't hold up today, but I mean, still,
Yeah.
it's still classically funny.
Oh.
Technically, neither of those movies hold up today.
No. Yeah. It's Ace Ventura after 2, we were done. Rush Hour is more of a trilogy. That's true. But
I-
by itself, I don't know if I've seen the third Rush Hour.
Rush Hour 3, they brought back the girl who played the consulate's daughter,
Okay.
and and it takes place in Paris.
Mm. Okay. Neutral territory after America. And
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. But man, Ace Ventura is more quotable to me, and I definitely rewatched that way more.
Jackie Chan dropping the M bomb though.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing but a cigarette, man. This nigga weed. Damn, you are fat. PHAT, pretty hot and tempting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are you voting for?
I don't know. Oh shit, it's 50-50 in the chat.
Well, in the chat, I'm going Ace Ventura.
Yeah, I think I go Ace Ventura too.
Wow.
I think Ace Ventura takes that one.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not completely surprised. I mean, some people don't like Rush Hour because it's more actiony.
I mean, I like the action in it. There's a lot of scenes in that you know, you have
Yeah.
Jackie Chan. I was actually really into Jackie Chan back then, just because Rumble in the Bronx was like around the same time when it was released in the US.
Mm.
And that was like, and then I remember, like, you know, after seeing Rumble in the Bronx, then I went and watched The Condor, you know, like just a lot of the movies that he did were like really good,
Mm-hmm.
like very good action movies. I still, actually to this day, I still quote the man, what kind of greasy shit you got me eating? Camel's hump. Camel hump.
Yeah, it's a duo, and the just the different energies you didn't think would not mix very well.
Yeah,
You
and I
know?
mean they ended up killing it together on screen,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you know. And apparently they're making a new one.
Yep. Not surprised, but
That I don't know how to feel about, because I think Jackie Chan's been saying like he's not 100% on board to want to do it.
yeah. It's I don't know. It's probably past its time. So
Yeah. I mean,
all right.
Jackie Chan just got finished doing Spider-Man, and apparently early reviews are coming out of for Spider-Man saying that it's the best fight scenes in any Spider-Man movie. So,
What are
because
you talking about?
Jackie Chan did all the fight choreography.
No. I think Tobey Maguire dancing was the best fight up against your own self in a mini movie.
But yeah, no, they're saying that the fight choreography that Jackie Chan did for the new Spider-Man movie is some of the best choreography to come out of any MCU movie.
So it's almost like there's gonna be the hand again, and maybe not in somewhere else. And
I mean,
Daredevil.
it's kind of cool that like we got a lot of good martial arts out of Daredevil,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of good martial arts scenes, but like getting Jackie Chan to do the martial arts in the new movie is like that's pretty genius.
All right. Well, that's where we are with Brack. But before we get into that, I have to ask and Phil, right? Do you think Electro gets reborn in the new Spider-Man?
Electra
Yeah.
Nachios?
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think she gets resurrected.
Okay.
I mean, it would make sense if they're doing like a hand story, and I mean, technically she's the leader of the hand, or she was the leader of the hand.
But why else would the hand be back in New York if not for Electra?
Yeah, I think they're going more like the route of like Madame Gao.
It's fair because I know that at least they said that Electra is going to be back in Daredevil season 3, which takes place after all this.
Yeah, and I mean that it could be that they're bringing her back. That could make a lot of sense for her to, if it like to explain Electra being back in New York,
Right.
or being resurrected, because technically she's dead at this point. But like,
Yeah.
they're talking about like doing a full resurrection.
Yep. I mean,
And I know we're getting a full Defenders in season 3.
Yeah. And as Evra has pointed out rightly, Matt Murdock survived. He's human.
Yeah,
She wasn't.
she's technically a goddess,
Yeah. If he survived, she survived.
right?
But
Yeah,
that's a good way. That's a good way to bring her in across bigger MCUs and introduce her to people back before Doomsday.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point.
For people that didn't watch season 3 or the Defenders.
Yeah, Electra Nachios, great character.
Mm-hmm. And it also makes sense just because we have it gives us a little bit more of the variant that we got with Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah, actually, and again, that makes a lot of sense too, because that would also give us a chance to explain away Jennifer Gardner being in the Deadpool movie.
Yep.
Okay, so just so we see here, basically, it's like the front rug,
Yeah.
and like some of the floor things on there. I mean, mostly again, it's Jerry doing his little stand-up bit
Mm-hmm.
from like the end of every episode.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do this, man. Let me switch cameras here, and let's end this show, because I do have Jeff waiting in the wings here.
To kill you, I know.
Yeah, we know that. That's been his life goal since the beginning of Distance Nerding.
If you see a giant reptar, run.
All right. Well, Grave, let everybody know where they can find you, sir.
Yes, I am Garrett, co-host of the Mostly Pilot Night Mostly podcast.
They mostly
Pod.
at night. Mostly.
You can find us on social media at Pilot Night. I am currently editing the 1920s short film that we did this past weekend to have it ready at some point here. Just gotta find a sound guy to get me some orchestra music.
All right.
Hint, hint.
Just gonna be playing Soundgarden the entire. Do you have the license for that?
I mean, I think any song in the 1920s is not licensed anymore.
Oh, you guys are doing a 1920s episode.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your boy Young Phil, Distance Nerding. You can find us on all the social media platforms. If it exists, we are there as Distance Nerding, at Distance Nerding. Guys, we are not going to be doing the game night tomorrow unless everybody else wants to play a separate game, but mostly because I'm going to be going to Oregon to do a show in Bend, hanging out with James Pax.
Nice.
I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited to hang out with the Thunder God. Yeah, I mean, like when I saw that announcement, like two big announcements, right? Like number one, I'm gonna be interviewing the guy who inspired Raiden,
Mhm.
and then in the same day, I'm gonna be interviewing the original live action Queen Sindel, who fought Raiden. So it's very, very, and then Carla Perez, who is Rita Repulsa, who could probably beat up Raiden. So I mean, let's be fair, Raiden would probably beat the living crap out of Rita Repulsa, but I mean, still,
Unless she gave him a love spell like she did in Zordon or
the Lord Zed.
Lord Zed, yeah.
Exactly. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back on Tuesday. Now we do need to schedule a giveaway stream. I know we're officially at 710 right now. We are way past our goal. So we need to do a side stream. I'm going to be giving away a bunch of Lego, guys. I've got a whole bunch of Lego kits to give away. So with that all being said, we will catch everybody. If you're going to be in Bend, Oregon, or if you can make it to Bend, Oregon this weekend, come and hang out with us. Go to the last Blockbuster, and then come and hang out with us, or vice versa. Come and hang out with us, and then go to the last Blockbuster. Either way, that's all the fun stuff right there. That's because you got rid of all your business cards. People followed you. You're not wrong. So with all this, guys, we will catch everybody later, and we will see everybody next week. So as always, ladies and gentlemen, thanks, and keep nerding together. We'll catch everybody later.
Bye.